Fair ones, wilt thou join me on this ride? Tense, intense, but never tenuous. Like nature to Tennyson, the Black Drone Wasp is red in tooth and claw, providing the perfect tonic for clean tones. Escape gear acquisition from a cargo cult mentality and buy only the finest tools to make the best creations. These bright eyes tell no lies. The Jext TELEZ is, are, and will be, have been, and are will America's most enduring fuzz unit outfit. Their work has been unfailingly acclaimed as brilliant and articulate. Anything made by Jext TELEZ is perfection, and there is no fuzz pedal like the Black Drone Wasp. What is a more breathless sensation than triple RCA spaghetti logo 2N404 silver can germanium transistors? You can hardly achieve greater gain than what this dray horse offers. Jext TELEZ had the nerve, the audacity, to see to it that the Black Drone Wasp's high gain leaves all other pedals so far behind, they forget they're playing music for money, chalk, or marbles. The people will hear you from 20 blocks away. The Black Drone Wasp is from the mountain. Its aspiring peers are from the valley. Get a rare look at the one fuzz responsible for all the ringing in your ears soon, the Black Drone Wasp. Ooh. Don't look, and I'll show you a surprise. Whoa! All right, this is the Black Drone Wasp. Oh man, I hope I didn't mess up my microphone here. This is the Black Drone Wasp, a wonderful, delightful, loud, possibly the loudest fuzz pedal of all. Certainly this is the loudest fuzz unit in the Jext TELEZ line that I've played through. And if I'm wrong, I heartily welcome you to point out which one's louder. If there is another just out there fuzz pedal that's louder, I'm curious if you've played through the Black Drone Wasp and some other pedal to compare. The Black Drone Wasp is the pink of perfection. It is the Knee Plus Ultra of high gain fuzz units. Getting started, we will open the throttle and then retard the spark. Next, we will connect the switch. And finally, we'll crank the engine. Then we will try some stunts with the pedal, and then take the Black Drone Wasp on a long trip to where there is plenty of room to practice backing up and turning around. Oh, and before I forget, you are now tuned in to the Prince of Pedals. Real fuzz heavy, where we play nothing but fuzz, fuzz, and more fuzz. This ain't your granny's station. Oh yeah. While it is true that it's not what you play, but rather how you play it, the startling creative genius of Jext TELEZ made such a singular fuzz unit in the Black Drone Wasp that it is a new band in good hands and a new genre in great hands. I hope that one of you watching is that man that will reshape the musical landscape with this pedal, because you are why I made this video. A wise man that you would respect once told me, in fact, that playing fuzz correctly is like playing a trombone. Like there's a certain touch, a certain delicacy and sensitivity that goes into it to do it right and best. And back to the chosen one, if you are in fact the chosen one watching now, I'm going to fix you and upset your nerves when I tell you that probably, I could be wrong, but probably less than 100 Black Drone Wasps in total have been produced to date in 2025, Anno Domini, in the year of our Lord. They were made in runs of around a dozen a few times, the last being in 2022, so get one if you can find one. Ne'er-do-wells fear the powerful reach of the Black Drone Wasp. Crime runs, but justice flies. All right, so let me just, I should add, today I'm playing through a 1965 Multivox Premier Solid State 5530. I am the maybe second, probably third owner of it. I nicknamed this amp AJ, and a local amp tech, Solid State is his specialty. He's been working with electronics since 1970. Fixed this up for me because it hadn't had anything done to it to, spruce it up in its entire life as an amp. So this is a very cheap amp, I should add. Very low quality, low grade. When I called to have it fixed, he's like, "Why do you want to have this fixed?" And I said, "Well, it's the loudest amp I'll own, and I want to play busk in Detroit. Play outside, and this is a 3-watt amp, and this is a 50-watt amp. So this wasn't really carrying outside. This will." And you know how it is. You have like a new thing and you want to use it. A tool, or in this case, musical equipment. And so that's why I'm using this. There are other videos. If you look up my other Black Drone prior to this taping, Black Drone Wasp videos, I'm playing through this amp. If you want to hear what this amp sounds like with the Black Drone Wasp, which arguably it sounds better. But this one does get louder. Like this one has much nicer tone, but this one has its own cool sonic areas unique to itself that I like to explore. So, and also it's the idea of playing through cheap gear. Like this is the world's cheapest guitar. I defy you to find a cheaper guitar than this. In fact, if you are from like the podcast Heavyweight or one of those where they track down lost connections, the story I've never shared publicly, the story behind this guitar, I would love to track down the lost connection with this guitar. So contact me if you're one of those people with those programs. Anyways, this is the Black Drone Wasp, and I'm just going to change settings. Right now, this whole time I've had the, what would that be, the high pass filter off. Just to kind of like, because like each amp, each guitar, each player is like, sounds differently. So this amp is more favorable if you cut off the high end and have the lower end, just how it's naturally tuned with the speakers and all the components. But I'm gonna switch everything on. Oh, I should say, I feel like a lot of people buy this pedal and don't understand the full range of it, because if you roll back that volume, the V right there, S is for like the fuzz or sustain, I'm not sure. Like, this suddenly becomes an amazing national anthem pedal. Let me try to demonstrate. You know, because like people with a Black Drone Wasp, it's such a loud, very, like, the highest gain of all. Like, it's the Mount Everest of gain pedals. Like, you can't get more elevated than that. People don't realize you could just roll back that volume, or maybe I didn't. I'm late to the game. Roll back that volume, and it tames the gain, and then you can still use like that character that those rare, can't find trio of transistors inside give you, and it's such a nice sound. Let me show you. Hoo yeah. But yeah, all you gotta do is roll off that very powerful volume potentiometer knob, and it tames all that extra sound happening with the fuzz, which this is the perfect time to mention that it's alive. It's like all the Universal horror movies know. It's alive. It's alive. Really, of all the fuzz units that Jext TELEZ has put out, this one, I've said it before, it sounds like you're doing something even if you're doing nothing. Just moving the volume. I just put the cat out, you know, it was on fire. Okay, so I'm gonna do another setting on this, and just you know, turn off the bias, or switch the bias, you know, to the down position, and then the low and high pass filters are not engaged. Just gonna change my little settings here. Just the volume knob. Gonna switch around the settings here. Put the volume all the way up. This pedal, again, is alive, and because of that sort of living characteristic to it, it's something to be played with and against, honed, utilized, brought to its greatest potential by, again, a gifted, an all-time great artist. Just a couple more little things on this, and then I'll wrap up for the day. There's that infinite sustain. I think you can get a lot of sounds out of this pedal. Let me just cut the, so the volume's all the way up and the sustain or fuzz is all the way down. Bias off and the low gain, low pass filter off and high pass filter, on? I forget how it works. I just go by my ear and by the fact that this is a great, company here. Support Jext TELEZ. They make, what don't they make that's good? Everything they make is great, in fact. So pretty, and also I should add pretty. Love that. this pedal. Love it. I just engaged, that's the built-in tremolo on, just for fun, just before I go. It's been sitting there this whole video. Maybe some of you wondered, what does that do and what would it sound like? Well, here it is. In closing, before I go, I must needs show you this t-shirt right here. This is the t-shirt for the record store where Motown was founded. Berry Gordy walked into a downtown Detroit record store, kitty corner from the center of the city, many moons ago, and told my best friend Lee Kennedy, hey, I just started a record label and has a big box of records. Could you sell some of these? And he said, okay. And that started a relationship that went on many years. And at this same record store, one of the original hippies, Harmon Weems, designed this logo right here. And in the late 60s, maybe mid 60s. And this was, and here's the back of the shirt. The same logo, but just more complicated. Lee's Monroe Music. That was his store. 54 Monroe was the street, and there's a defunct, doesn't work, don't try to call it, number on the back. And this is, I worked with Lee Kennedy and, on making this shirt. His original was made out of polyester. This reissue is made out of 100% 6.1 ounce cotton, which is what he wanted to do originally, was 100% cotton, and I made it 6.1 ounce, which is thicker. So, you know, we're here in Michigan. It's kind of cold out, so gotta account for the locale. And I hope that you guys that live further afoot put up with that thicker. I consider it's quality. The way I look at it, you know, it's like getting a Carhartt shirt, and I price it cheaper than what the cheapest Carhartt work shirt sells for. And this is exclusive vintage reissue art, and I'll show it to you one more time, and then I'll wrap up. Otherwise, this is the back of the shirt. Don't want to drop my cheapest. It might be the cheapest guitar, but I don't want to drop it. It's my only guitar, electric one. This is the back of the shirt, and here's the front of the shirt. 100% cotton, 6.1 ounce. Consider getting one, and message me here for the same. Become the change you want to see in the world and run for local elected office. And Christians, become your local Sunday school teachers. Do not just trust the process, become the process. I forgot to mention, my name is Ryan Ellis. It was at the beginning of this video, just as it is now at the end of this video, now that I'm saying it for the first time. And in closing, I covet your prayers. Please pray earnestly and steadfastly for me. Well, as I say this time, TTFN. What does that mean? You might be asking. Ta-ta for now. I need a pick.